Well, thank you very much, Sahar, and thank you for President Carly for inviting me. I don't like the look of myself on the screen. I better sit back a little bit further, I think. But thank you for giving me the opportunity, and it's really nice to see some familiar faces when I've scrolled down at the members, because there are quite a lot of the members that I know there. So Sahar has asked me to speak about Abbotsleigh Interact Club, which was formed back in May 1972. And our first president was a girl called Susan Armstrong. Unfortunately, I don't know her because I wasn't teaching back then, but it's been going for a long, long while. So I thought I'd begin by giving you the description of Interact, which is written in our school diary. And it says there that Interact is an integral part of Rotary International and is for students who wish to volunteer their time and aid local, national and international projects. The word Interact stands for International Action. The Rotarians from the Hornsby District Club provide the club members with sponsorship and guidance. The club has an annual commitment to support a person at the Ryder Cheshire home in East Timor and to assist studio arts at Hornsby, as well as choosing a project of their own. The club welcomes any students from years 10 and 11 and encourages creative and innovative fundraising schemes to support these initiatives. So that's what's actually in our diary, and that's part of the way that we promote our club. So like many other clubs this year has been very different because of COVID. So what I thought I'd do, I'd speak about the way we usually work our club, and then I'll tell you the differences that we've done this year. So along with two other staff members, my sister Janine Cooper and Mark Selby, we run the Interact Club together. I'm a maths teacher at Abbotsleigh, and I've been there for quite a long while. But my interest in Rotary stemmed from my father, who was a foundation member of King's Cross Rotary Club, and then my husband was also a member of Dural Rotary Club. Sadly, they've both passed away, but Rotary's been in my blood for a very long while, and when I had the opportunity of taking over the Interact Club at Abbotsleigh, I thought this was a way to continue my love of Rotary and all the things that it stands for. So we meet once a week at recess. Abbotsleigh's a very busy school, like a lot of other schools, and there's not a lot of time. So the recess is the best we can do, but we meet once a week and we meet for 20 minutes at that stage. We let the students run the meeting. We talk about ways to raise the profile of Interact, how to help community projects, and how to raise money. We do a lot of baking. The girls love baking. We sell ice cream, soup, noodles, jellies, popcorn at school plays and musicals, and at different sporting events. But of course, those have all been on hold this year. We organise speakers in assembly. Previously, we've had some of the Rotarians there, and we've had speakers from Studio Arts and the Ryder Cheshire. We've also supported things like Jeans for Jeans, the Salvation Army, and we've organised speakers for Rotary from those. We've organised speakers for assembly from those. We've collected books and stationery for a school in East Sydney, and it's called the East Sydney Community-Based High School, where students have difficulty with mainstream high school. We've collected clothes for an organisation called Fitted for Work at Parramatta, which try and train people to go for job interviews, and these clothes help them look respectable to go to a job interview. We've collected bras for organisations called Uplift, where women in many of the islands don't have bras, so we were able to do that. At one stage we had a whole corridor at school all with these bras hung from side to side. It raised a lot of awareness of a very good project. We've raised money when the late Greg and then Jenny Tynewell went to Tottenham School during the drought. We wanted to be able to help something, and we're very happy to support anything that Hornsby Rotary Club does. I'm currently teaching a girl from Tottenham, and she was aware that Interact had actually sent some donations out there. At our Rotary meetings, we've had some of your members there. We've had Bobby Holder and Greg Timewell talking about the coin collections. We had Maddie Holder talking about Kiva. We've had Rob Corwell, we've had Sivaraj, and the girls are always very keen to meet Rotarians. In the past, some of our students have spoken at Rotary meetings about some of the things they've done. Back in 2018, Hornsby Rotary Club very kindly sponsored our girls to go to a presidential peace building conference, and then the girls came and spoke about their experience at that. I know that Hornsby Rotary Club have supported some of our girls for the National Youth Science Forum as well, and the girls have spoken about that experience. Our girls have helped with your seniors lunch. We've helped when Studio Arts had their lovely concerts and their dance performances. The girls have gone up there and done makeup, or they've been ushers in the theaterette at Hornsby RSL. They've helped with the Right a Day and My Wheels with Studio Arts again. They've helped you with Clean Up Australia. They've collected money for Salvation Army. And some of our staff members actually joined one of your trivia nights when we were approached, and we all enjoyed doing that. This year we've had an amazing committee, and some of you might have met up with Mika. I know that Sahar has already met up with Mika, and you've kindly sponsoring her for the National Science Forum. Because of COVID, things have been very different. As in lots of things. As the member from UK mentioned, fundraising's been very hard, and we haven't been able to do that. Fortunately, we've been able to have our meetings by Zoom, and now we're back to face-to-face meetings, so that's been really good. To raise the profile of Interact, the girls organised a teacher trivia quiz. So all the classes were in their tutor groups, and so there were 5 different teachers who were being asked questions, but they paired them up. So the English teacher was answering maths questions and the maths teacher was answering English questions, and that went down very well. Last Friday, we had our first fundraiser, and that was a Mufti Day. And we raised money for Jeans for Jeans. Yet I haven't got a total, but the girls are always very keen to get out of their uniform. So on the questions that I was being asked about what have the girls done since leaving Abbotsleigh. A lot of them have done medicine or law, gone into health services, engineering, and acting. There are lots of other things, but it's just the normal sort of things that you would expect. Some of the girls I know have joined Rotaract when they've gone to university, and they've always been pleased to have had the involvement with Interact beforehand. We usually have about 20 members at our meetings, and I think that's all. I was just going to look at the questions that I had. One of our old girls is a girl called Jade Catterall, who's been very much involved with community work, and she's been on the district, at district level. So she left quite a long while ago, but it's really nice to see her name up there because we know that it started off at Abbotsleigh. So the other question I was being asked was, how is Interact promoted in Abbotsleigh? It's in the diary. If we have a function, we always put signs up around the school, and we put the Interact badge, which of course is very much like the Rotary badge. And we always try and run our Interact along the same methods that Rotary does, with the local, the national and the international appeals. When you ask how do you recruit new members, there are a lot of clubs within the schools. So there's Student Representative Council, there's Oak Tree, there's a media club, and there's a whole lot of other things like that. But the girls actually are allowed to stand up in assembly, and they describe their club and what the clubs do. And then at the end of that particular assembly, we have sign-up sheets, and they come and join the clubs that way. There's always quite a bit of bribing going on with how to join up with a club. So I think the last time our girls were offering chocolate frogs to anybody who actually came. So just anything to get them going, which is really good. So it says, can we help you with promotional material? The girls are pretty good at sourcing stuff on the internet, but we'd be always very happy to have something like that. We're always very grateful because you provide our badges, and the girls are very proud to wear their badges. I think most students like wearing badges. They have them down both sides of their lapels, but the Rotary one stands out, and it's very important. A lot of the girls have parents and grandparents who are involved in Rotary, and I think they're always very keen to see the Rotary badge there and to see that it's held in high esteem at Abbotsleigh. Quite a few years ago, I spoke to Robert Caldwell because our chain, our collar, I don't know what you call it, but our collar was full. And so he organised for us to get another one. But in the meantime, then he said, well, we should do something with this. And so it's actually been framed, and it's in the main reception area at Abbotsleigh. So if anyone was to come to the reception area, when you're speaking to the main person on the reception desk, just to the right of that is this beautiful looking framed collar with all the badges on. So that's absolutely very special. And normally we have a lot of visitors to the school, but apparently that's the big thing that takes everybody's eye, the fact that Abbotsleigh is connected with Rotary, and it's very special to all of us. And I think that might be all. I hope I've answered all the questions, but I know that Abbotsleigh is just very, very appreciative of all that you do. Quite a few of our staff members are members of Wahroonga Rotary Club, and I've been approached on several occasions saying, well, why can't Wahroonga take us over? And my answer is, well, Hornsby started us and we'd like to remain with Hornsby. So I have a very close school friend who's at Wahroonga, and she keeps saying, but we could do so much with you. We're such a big club, we can do this and we could do that. But I just say, look, I'm sorry, Hornsby are the ones that started us, and they're the ones that I'd like to stay with. I feel there are quite a lot of the members that I know, and whilst I'm leading Interact, that's where I'd like to be. It's just been a lovely association, and one that we would like to continue